So usually we use this deck just to do a self-love, but this message, this reading hit me, so I'm going off of what I've so far heard, and I haven't heard the rest. So I'm going off of this. So there's a person. Okay, don't shuffle it that way. There's a person. Perfect. You're a person. If this is your energy, if you're a cross watcher, then you understand why this is happening too. There's a person who was a part of a friend group. And let's just say they weren't really, I guess you would say, believers, so to speak, right? Something happened to this individual where, due to their awakening in their self-love, they realized this. They have now become walking karma in their friend circle. Lo and behold, that you might be going through the same type of energetic wave, right? That hopefully it'll wake up some of your friends. But lastly, you might not be friends with them anymore, because you already going through the process of transforming, male or female. That something happened to you because of self-love. Remember, when you self-love, you're not going to let nobody disrespect you. You're not even going to be in a place where people are being disrespectful to other people, because then you'd be like, well, if I wasn't here, would you be doing that to me? Yes, they would. And these are who you call friends. But due to your self-love, something is happening. Like I said, now I'm going to push play, because right out the gate, you loving yourself is going to bring you a prosperous future, which is going to be karma for those friends who used to, let's put it in my instance, the woman who finally decided that we warned her about her friends, her circle of family, but not many people would be like, you hating or something. I'm the last person who want to do that shit. Like, I give a fuck. I give a fuck about this part. The self-love activation. So this person is now was a sleeper cell. If people know what sleeper cells are, but this is for something else. Because they activated the self-love, now it's going to detonate in their social circle, which is probably not going to be their full social circle anymore. So now let's push play. Now we got a kind of like an intro, right? And remember, this is based off of self-love that you're doing in your group, who you're probably going to wind up disbanding from, because real recognizes real, and you're not going to want to hang out with those because they'll wind up compromising you, and you already see that they already been compromising you. You're going to wind up doing this. You're going to say what you got to say, then you're going to turn and walk away. That's how I see it. I don't know, but I know if you do such a thing, you're going to have a way better future of getting away from people like this vibe, because you're going to realize they don't have that love in them. Check it out.
That needed. I feel like this person is starting to realize some shit. Their eyes could be open with surrendering to God. God is allowing someone to see things for what it is. Somebody is going through an awareness, okay, an awakening, okay. This person could be realizing that it's a whole bunch of lies around there, friends lying. People fake as hell. I can't make it up. We're busted. Somebody is busting their friends, seeing people for who they truly are. This is somebody out being beautifully made new, y'all. This is somebody that's, by surrendering to God, they being beautifully made new. Now, free will is a thing, because whoever this person is, I said they've been watching your ass. They've been watching you, regardless of what the friends been trying to feed they delulu. They've been watching you, and that's why real eyes realize the real lies. That's what a goddamn real eyes, the real eyes and the real eyes came in at, because somebody been watching you, seeing you, being uniquely you, authentically you, not changing for a motherfucker, standing on business, never meant their ass no harm. I feel like somebody is now sitting there realizing, because you could be guarded. For this card to come out and say, I won't hurt you, you could definitely have your boundaries up towards this person, because how they came off on you. And that's why I say take it easy on them. They didn't know who you was. Because you guarded with this person, confirmation. They just didn't know who the fuck you was. They had energy being projected onto them that made them see you in a way that other people wanted them to see you. Okay, that's basically how that is. But now that they surrendering to God, they get to see you for who you truly are. And they get to see these people for who they truly are. So people are being busted in their own lies, their own scams, their own schemes. Okay, and somebody is being beautifully made.
Separating from these people.
Overall, that's the energy. I feel like that's who this person is. They got their eyes on you, that's watching you. It's like somebody had to get their own insight of you. But they...
Which means you did your own research. So I'll put myself in a situation. When I say I had to do literally... Let's be reasonable, because I can't say 100% cutoff. It's somewhere up to like 96.99, some shit like that. That many people I literally had to cut off. That means even my grown kids, because they were acting funny. Kids' mom, because they were acting funny. Co-workers, especially my family, who's not really my family. You understand? Co-workers. Lawyers that quit on me. I mean, even the people I'm under the same roof with. Why? Because I know they're a part of it. Understand when you start doing your self-love, because I've been at this, I've been in hermit mode since October of 24. To get you an idea. So if you're in this situation and you're starting to, because once your eyes get open, you're not going to be able to unsee or lie to yourself, because you have love for yourself. You're not going to lie to yourself. You're going to see them exactly for whom, what, where, why, and how these people are that you were mingling with this whole time. You might mourn them. I did. I mourned everybody I could have possibly had a connection with. You understand? I mean, I went through the stage of as if they died. I know what it sounds like, but whoever you are who is watching me, if you're like in this energy too, somebody's watching you. From some form of example, because they're watching and not contacting, but they're watching. Watch you self-love. Something had to snap. As she says, they would have had to did their own research, which means they would have had to themselves, of their own free will, call out to the living God. When we push play. You with me now? Because for her, she knows who I'm talking to. For you, if you're in this energy, this is probably for your cross watcher, but this is something about you as well. You're not gonna be around those people doing that no more. Not that you're better or nothing. It's just for me, it does something as a rottenness into my stomach to sit here and listen to people bully other people, talk about other people, slander other people, or try to sleep with other people's partners, knowing that's what they're doing. I mean, it does something to me. I don't know what it's going to do to you. Confirmation. It does that to me. So then check this out. And this is not to, again, say I'm better or anybody. But if I was going to be with a person that knows with their friends, I couldn't be with the person. I know you're not supposed to judge, but no, eventually I'm not going to tell you not to be friends with hell nobody. I'm not going to tell you to separate yourself from people. But I will not mess with you. Why? Because 9 times out of 10, because of who, what, where, why, and how I am, I know 9 times out of 10 for people to do that with no remorse for what they're doing, they have an unseen attachment. And when I say unseen attachment, since the person has been watching me, I want people to understand this. Because I know, like, this shit is real. Gossip, it comes with something like that. Slander, it comes with something like that. Sleeping with somebody else's partner, it comes with something like that. But if you're practicing self-love, that cannot attach to you. Let alone if you're going to be in a circle with people with you, you're going to start feeling things happening in your energy. You know what it is? Something like that. Trying to attach itself to you to bring you back. And the first thing it's going to try to get you to do is don't love yourself. And why would you do that to yourself? Why are you going to let something outside of you tell you not to love yourself when you got to deal with yourself? Get it? Got it? Okay, play.
See you until they moved away from you.
I want you to make a difference.
Sometimes you just be up on the picture, like for instance, if I put this right here like this, you can't really see what the hell going on. It's a blurry vision. You can't see what it's saying or none of that shit. But if I pull back, I can really see the full picture. You feel me? And that's what I feel like somebody is having to do, or that's what somebody is doing now that they're out and separated, and someone that could be realizing they want to come back, they want to get things right. This could be their karma for doing this, for listening to their friends. Look,
which
it
is.
Be that person. I don't know if this is spirit that they're out and separated, and someone that could be realizing they want to come back, they want to get things right. This could be their karma for doing this, for listening to their friends. Look, spirit say leave that person. I don't know if this is spirit saying they need to leave their friends alone, because that's who I'm speaking about when that card came out. They could be leaving that. Look, I'm telling you, it's them people. Jealousy is an ugly trait. Some of y'all got, this person got friends, homeboys, homegirls that's jealous of them, that's jealous of the connection, jealous of you, jealous of y'all doing y'all things together, and boom, that jealousy end of this person looking for love in all the wrong places. That jealousy,
this
that
is representing
envy,
your
that
group.
hate that people was projecting onto y'all connection led to this person walking
They don't want
away
you to have a good life.
These motherfuckers love them more than the love that you were giving them. Looking for love in all the wrong places. The whole time, somebody was jealous because this person, you love them for who they is. Realize.
Separate yourself from them. You're gonna start seeing the results.
Looking for all in love in all the wrong places. None of this person praying. So again, they watching your ass. They spying on you. They trying to see if you real, you authentic, and they seeing it.
They don't want you to attach yourself.
They seeing it. So with that being said,
this means detachment.
Communication.
What is
expect a pop-up, expect an apology, expect
beauty comes in all shapes and sizes. In reverse.
Wanting a second chance, basically.
They don't.
I definitely feel like we're surrendering to God.
They're not going to want you to detach.
This could definitely be somebody who's
you got to make up your mind.
Okay,
look, I had to do it to my family, friends, circles, co-workers. Like,
something big is about to pop off for somebody. So
see, 88.
I feel like the message from that song was telling me to tell someone. Even though you may be in separation, because you know sometimes we want to feed our Delulu and hurry up and try to rush and find somebody else to get over or someone else. That's not what the case needs to be right here. That's not what the case is. I feel like when you go through a breakup, you need time to like heal. You need time to learn yourself. You need time to even pay attention to the lessons that was taught in that connection. What did you learn from it? What did this person teach you about yourself? What did this person teach you about other people? You know what I'm saying? You need time to heal from what you went through, the wounds, before you move on to another person. But I feel like in that healing stage, in that healing phase, somebody is waking the fuck up. So before you heal completely and walk the fuck out somebody's life, this is somebody waking up and ready to surrender. So it's up to you again. Free will is a thing, baby. Free will is a
Free will's a thing. That's pretty much at the end. But now you caught that 888. You can look up the number since you're watching, or anybody who's in this energy. Look up the angel number 888. I'm like, y'all watch me do the shuffle. This is for somebody who's starting to awaken themselves, to start loving themselves. And then one of the things that's going to have to go, because to keep doing this, you're going to have to wind up letting something go. And it might hurt, but it's for your benefit. Because to sit there and try to do that while still surrounding yourself with people like that is going to make it worse. Until you're up there to where it doesn't, to where it has no effect on you. But since if you're just now in this native stage and you still did like me, it wasn't no hesitation. Because why? Because when I started cutting off people, shit, they already had a goddamn list. And then everything made sense. It was like, so to me, it was like when I separated myself, there was no like at the end of it, but because they already pushed me out of their lives to the point where all I had to do was light the goddamn match. All I had to watch the shit burn. Bet. It was not too much left, but the only thing that hurt was because when I connect with people, don't matter for how long, whatever it is, I do it in a genuine way. And a person who's really genuine, who can see past people's BS, you can tell the real from the fake. So for me, when I said I had to mourn the loss of the connections that I had, that I was making with people where it was pretty much one-sided, I literally went through a pain of losing people. Even if they were pieces of shit to me, I still connected to them with as much genuine and free love as I could have possibly given, especially in the circumstances without trying to cause nothing else. I pretty much mourned a part of the love that I gave too. But here's one thing I can say before I finish this off. I don't regret giving it out. Because when I called it back, I learned lessons. Yeah, this too. After this, whoever you are, you call the energy back. All the energy, all the effort. Forgive yourself and call all the energy back from yourself, from anybody you've ever been in contact with, who you were giving yourself to, who was doing these things to you. That's what I did. But whoever you are, like I said, congratulations, because whatever you're going to go through here is going to wind up you telling your story about something that's going to actually empower you. Why? Because you remember, this is a self-love message. Your self-love is, you're going to be able to talk about it, right? Or you're going to probably empower other people who are probably in it. Look, check this out. There was a man chained to a cave. His name was Legion. You can look this up in the scriptures, right? And he wanted to go with Jesus because they didn't want Jesus in town no more. Why? Because he's over here trying to heal people. So they had their feelings right. So the man who was there, who had Legion inside of him, he requested him to go back to town. Now remember, nobody in town wanted to be with the guy. This is a man who had 1,000 demons. No one human being can hold 1,000 demons, unless they had some form of protection. God was protecting that man who had 1,000 demons. Because I guarantee you this is something you can think about. Where could he have gotten 1,000 demons from? The nearby townspeople. It's 2026. Most people can't deal with one demon. You telling me one dude had 1,000 demons? Where could he possibly get it from? The townspeople. This is why they didn't want Jesus healing people. Why? Because they ain't going to want to go get no drunk no more. They ain't going to want to go get high no more. They ain't going to want to go around being promiscuous no more. Jesus was like, think about what I'm telling you. They were making a profit off of people being negative in low vibrational status. It was part of them making money to get the people drunk, to get the people to get the people to do this. It was all part of their larger scams, larger scheme. As for you, you're going to go through the same thing, but you might come across somebody who you might be able to tell this and this and this and such and happen. And you might give them and help them, unlock them to start them self-loving, that they can be empowered so that they can lift up a standard in their own life through their self-love, and it's going to lift up a standard for those around them. And they're going to do the same thing that God tells for everybody. Separate yourselves. A lot of people are not willing to. You got to be separated so that you can be empowered to do what? To see what it is. And you want rest. Today was a good day. And like I said, your friends, your family, whatever it is that you were connected to, I don't give a shit if it was a bad habit. It has something like this attached to it. No matter what it is, nobody's perfect. Everything comes with something. It's a two sides of a flagging coin. It's an up or it's a down. But once you start practicing self-love, you're going to realize you're going to start doing what? Weighing the pros and cons. Is it worth the benefit and the effort and the energy to be around people who are like this? Not for you to judge them, but what's it doing to you by you hanging around it? Eventually you'll be saturated in it. You'll find yourself gossiping. You'll find yourself doing. You'll find yourself taking. The longer you hang around people who keep doing this, it's like common law. It's like you're absorbing their energy through a form of osmosis. There's no way to not get something off of being around people like that. Why? Because the things like that, they're going to want something that's not like that so that they can corrupt it. But once you have self-love, it's like a barrier. It's like the armor of God. It has this. Remember where it comes from, because God is love. You can't muster it up on your own. Like for me, and I'll end it with this. Like I was raised, there was no love. There was no hugs. There was no hot. There was no smiles. There was nothing to that extent. So how am I able to do this? Is because it was given to me by something more than me. Because it didn't come from humans. The love that's inside of me, not one drop of it came from a human. It didn't even come from me, being part human. It didn't come from me. It was poured into me for me to start loving myself. Then that I was able to start figuring out what that is. Because I was able to see like this my whole life. So congratulations on you. And hey, look, everybody begins with a freaking step. Like I said, you don't got to judge your friends or anything, but I guarantee you're going to start feeling gritty. Your soul's going to start feeling like, You might have to take a long sabbatical away from everybody, away from it as much as you could. As much as you could. You're probably going to have to take a siesta. I don't care what you do. A large time out from being around people who keep doing this. Cut contact with them. That's just what I did. What you gonna do, I don't know. Free will and all. We can't mess with your free will. All we can do, hey, there's the water. Can't make you drink. But if you're gonna start practicing self-love, I guarantee you're not gonna sit there and lie to yourself, disrespect yourself, be around stuff that's gonna be like compromising to yourself. And one of them is gonna probably be social circles. And if you got like a crazy ass family like I did, no one of them is going to want to help you save your soul, especially if they don't love themselves. Shoot, even Jonathan has said Jonathan loved David like he loved his own soul, which means Jonathan had to have had self-love inside of him to love somebody else as if he loved their own soul. Come on. If you're going to do this, do it.